Hand up off the middle, good running. Stoney's touchdown. Right up the middle, and he's going to be in the end zone for a touchdown. Wildcats. Hands off by Stone again, and he's going to be in the end zone for a touchdown.
So we're about to watch film. We got our game back last week from Melrose, and then we're watching for Foxborough for our first week of playoffs.
Okay, so obviously everybody knows by now where we're going Friday. They did move the game to 6 o'clock, up from 7. So we're gonna have to leave early. It's kind of a long ride, so we'll be leaving at like 3 o'clock Friday. We're expecting it's gonna be at least like an hour and a half. Hour and 20 minutes, best. It's a grass field. Guys that were here a couple years ago should remember it. When we were down there. What? Yeah, that was a nightmare. Yeah. So you guys that weren't here, we got there just before warm-ups. Huge thunder and lightning storm. Had like an hour and a half delay. Then when we got out there, we went through warm-ups, we were just about to start, and then the lights went out. So, they run a lot of the same stuff that we saw back then. So, I mean, they're the number 2 seed for a reason. They're very good. They're very big at the big tight ends. You know, listen, when we get in a situation like this, right, we have absolutely nothing to lose. We go down there, we shoot our shot, see what happens, okay? The pressure is all on them. There's zero pressure on us. We're the 15 seed. They're the 2. We're supposed to go down there and get beat, right? So there's absolutely zero pressure on us. We go down there, just let it fly. Just play your butts off, see what happens. Okay, see if we can steal one. Do I think that this is like an insurmountable thing that we can't go down there and win? Absolutely not. Okay, I think if we play to our best, okay, we can go down there and win. Okay, but we have to play at our best. Our best is capable of doing that.
Clyde Lambert. I am a senior at Wilmington High, and I am a left guard and defensive end.
Clyde, you know, we go way back. I think our parents were friends. We have a whole friend group with just our parents being friends. And it's just been a lot of fun over the years just getting to hang out with Clyde. You know, we go over to my house, swim in my pool. We go over to his house, swim in his pool, have fires. Over the summer, at least hung out like 20, if not 30 times. And I just feel like he's such a nice kid.
I mean, he's the type of kid that you hope your daughter brings home someday, you know what I mean? Like a really well-mannered, disciplined kid that really knows what he wants, but has great core values. Does things the right way. You know, you're never worried about him doing the wrong thing. You're glad that he's a leader of your kids because he's that type of guy that's always going to do the right thing. I mean, sometimes you feel like you have to work some anger out of him, like, because football's a violent game, but he's really just a nice kid. And someone that, you know, I think he's going to do some pretty cool stuff with his life just because he's a hard worker and he does things the right way, and generally those type of people get rewarded.
I hope people think that I'm nice. I try to be, you know. There's some kids on the team that maybe get a bad rap that, you know, some people think are maybe annoying, and I try to just reach out and be friends with everybody. I don't think there's any reason to spread any kind of negativity on the team. I try to be that kind of person. I think that's sort of why people elected me as captain, because they know I'm someone they can rely on. But yeah, I mean, I just want to do whatever I can to help my team, help people stay together and work towards getting some victories.
As a player, he's just a kid that does the dirty work. This year, I know if like somebody goes down, I don't need to worry about like getting Clyde reps at that spot. I can put him somewhere and then somebody else. Like, he's just very smart and very involved and just plays really, really hard. We put him at the toughest spot for us on the offensive line, which is quick tackle, and it's tough because we're asking a lot out of him mentally. Old coach in high school always used to say too much analysis causes paralysis, right? So if you have kids that try to think too much, they slow down, they don't really do what they're supposed to do. Clyde's able to really compute things quickly and just play at a high level. If you asked me 2 years ago, I'd say that kid never sees the field, honestly. He made himself into the player he is. He put himself in a spot last year where it's like, we have to play him, and now he's absolutely just flourishing. So it's great to see those type of kids work out and do well.
It's kind of a weird feeling, for sure. It's great to get some wins, and, you know, I hope we can keep picking them up. But it's definitely going to be weird as, you know, going through the rest of the year. It's kind of starting to click that this is my last year playing football, and yeah, it's hitting me that this, you know, I gotta leave it all out here because I'm not gonna really be playing at a competitive level, maybe, you know, club and college, but other than that, you know, high school football is a completely different thing. You gotta leave it all out there where you can because it passes by quick.
I've coached 2 Division I kids and 1 kid that played, you know, what got invited to NFL minicamp. I've never seen a high school kid bench 400 pounds. So I think that's pretty impressive. It's by no mistake, it's by nothing other than hard work that, you know, you can put up those type of numbers. He really puts the work in the weight room, and you can tell. So a kid that's playing offensive and defensive line, when you're able to kind of use that type of strength, that can be pretty important.
So I'd say February of last year is when I really started getting into it, because that's when, like coming off of hockey season, last half of hockey season, I started to like go to Planet Fitness consistently since I had a membership there forever, never really went. I started going there consistently on my own, and I just started to see like, oh, I can actually like use these weights, like they're actually going up pretty well. So then from there, all my friends started going to RMA. I went there for a while, incredible gym. I did that over the summer, and after that closed, I just kept having that drive. Went to Planet Fitness, back to Planet Fitness, then Tewksbury Sports Club, and now Today's Fitness, and yeah, I've kind of just kept going from there.
I think it's time to get my lock-in music.
What's your music of choice for lifting?
Gregorian hymns. I'll play some for you.
My Christian faith, you know, it's a very important part of my life, and I just, you know, treat others the way you want to be treated, wish good to others for their sake. You know, I just try to always spread love as much as I can. I don't think that holding grudges is going to help anybody, and Jesus encouraged us always to live the way he lived, and he reached out to everyone. He reached out to people who were cast out by society. He reached out to people who were mistreated and gave them that hand to, and that escape from whatever was afflicting them. You know, I'm friends with people Muslims. I'm friends with non-Catholics. I'm friends with, try to put our differences aside and move towards things that we can agree upon. I shouldn't say I'm putting those differences aside, because it's not necessarily a bad thing to bring up differences and to bring up areas people disagree with, as long as it's respectfully, because Mohammed, he's a pretty devout Muslim, and I've talked about faith with him a few times, and it's always been respectful. I tell him what we believe as Christians, and he tells me what he believes, and we share our opinions, we share why we believe it, and it's all, at the end of the day, we're still friends. We're not arguing, we're not yelling at each other, and that's something that I think gets lost a lot, where you go to two extremes of it. Either you bring up politics and fight about it, or bring up religion and fight about it, or you never bring it up at all and just talk about nothing controversial. And I think there's a middle ground you have to take, where you should bring up things that you disagree upon, because those are usually the most important things, the things that are divisive. And you should talk about them in a way that brings people together, not separates them.
He has things in perspective in terms of what matters and what doesn't. And I think that's a pretty good quality to have as a kid his age. I mean, I'm 39. I still don't really have it, I don't think. But
I just started a Bible study group, me and a couple people from the football team, a couple people not on the team. Then I'm also on the leadership committee at DECA. I've taken 7 AP classes. Also, I love to ski, I love to hike. I go hiking with a couple people, Adam Ebert, Ryan Weinstein. That's definitely one of my favorite hobbies. I wrestle in the winter, something I just got into last year. Geez, favorite. I did a 13-mile hike through the Wildcat and Carter Dome range. It's across the notch from Mount Washington. And I did that in the peak of the fall last year, and that was just a beautiful hike. I hear those and I just oh my gosh, I just want to hit something. What are you listening to? I just want to throw some music, throw some weight. Vani Vani Emmanuel, Captuvum Solve Israel.
It doesn't get...
It's all Latin.
So we're all getting mullets for the playoffs. Looking good.
I think I'm going very short, a 1, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing as Pat. I saw his and I was I like that one, so I'm gonna go with that because we have the same style.
I think it was Michael Lawler. We were thinking about doing it a couple weeks before. We were just obviously with that Melrose game, with that tough loss, we weren't really 100% sure what was going to happen with playoffs. But I know he was if we make playoffs, we should definitely do team cuts.
I got told by everyone oh, you should have went shorter on the tom. I was yeah. I just love this place so much.
I know.
I want to say about either 15 to 20 kids have already gone there. I know 2 days ago they packed it here. They went to after hours here, and obviously again tonight there'll be a couple kids coming. So yeah.
Jacob. I wanted braids. Have you seen that TikToker?
I'm Tiago Gomez. I'm a senior, and I play wide receiver and DB. My friends convinced me. It was mostly Ali, Lawler, and Febo that really got me into it because I was just like, I play like more basketball. That's my main sport, so I just had nothing to do. So I was like mid-season. I was like, you know, I'm gonna just join and see how it is. I don't know.
We just talking, and I was like, Tiago, bro, like, just do it.
He's a big basketball guy. I played with him my whole life, basketball, soccer, and I knew like he knows basketball is a sport, and he wants to like do that. And I was like, dude, like, you'll be that much better if you play football. You'll be tougher, you'll be in shape, like just help you out overall, and we're gonna be pretty good, and you actually like see some time. So I think that kind of contributed to it.
For basketball season he had after football season, he was going crazy in the paint.
I remember I turned to my brother at one point last year. I'm like, man, what good, thank God this kid decided to play. Because it wasn't long before he kind of got in the mix and started to show us that he could really make plays, and he was a good athlete. You know, we were kind of thinking he'd just be a corner for us this year, and he just, the quarterback coach, Timmy Morrison, just kept saying to me, he's like, hey, we're going to get this kid Tiago involved on offense. He catches everything. He's fluid. He's athletic. So we did, and he's really made some big plays for us.
He's always looking up. He's always looking for the next play, the next touchdown. I mean, he helps keep people's head up. That's like something that he does well. I mean, I know I've been down out there, and he always tries to keep other people's heads up. He just keeps himself going, holds himself pretty well. So
it helped a lot with basketball because like football, you're a lot more like aggressive. It's a more emotional sport, I would say. Like just the physical aspect of it, like it's just like the mentality is completely different and stuff like that. But like it helps. It helps with like skill wise, like as a cornerback, you know, backpedaling, playing defense is almost like relatively like the same to basketball. So it like kind of correlates with each other.
He's really good for like those like short, like where it's like 2nd and 6. He catches the ball 3 yards and then gets another 3, gets the first down. It's been really good, and that touchdown was awesome. I was right there for it. So he's slippery. He'll get away from you if you know you don't hold on to him. But he's definitely he's going to be a way bigger part of this offense in the coming weeks.
Obviously, I feel this happens with everybody, but when I first started playing football, like the first like couple of weeks, I was obviously like scared to hit because I'd never done this before. But then now, like I want to hit. It's fun to do and stuff like that. So it's like, and then it also helps with basketball with like football where you get hurt, like you suck it up and play and stuff like that. And basketball, it helps the same, you know, like suck it up and play, and like worry about the next play. Don't worry about what happened before, and like, that helps a lot.
Very quiet kid, but really goes about his business and plays very hard. He's tough. And I like that he has that kind of basketball mentality. I think those skill guys that play hoop are really, I like that. They know the concepts of like how to play zone, playing man, okay, going up and getting the ball, attacking the ball, and he really kind of does all those things. So you can tell that he's a pretty good hoop player, for years now. He's just gotten better the more football he's played. And it's I look at those kids, and those are the ones I'm like, God, why didn't you play like 3 years ago? I can't even imagine where you'd be at now.
First is like it's like nerve-wracking, but then like once you start getting into the game, your energy starts like going up because you're home. You hear everybody cheering, everybody's getting hype, and it's a great experience.
Whenever we're down in practice, like I look to him to kind of get the energy going when I'm talking to coach and it's just them in the huddle, and he usually gets it going with some like weird joke or just being loud or singing a song.
I love Tiago. Tiago's awesome. Me and him, we do this thing. We have like our own handshakes and stuff like that. Like we'll make jokes around about stuff. But yeah, he's been an awesome friend and everything.
Well, no, just one saying is 3 things are certain in life: taxes, death, Tiago is here.
He's very kept to himself usually, but around like once you get to know him, he's probably one of the more talkative ones on the team.
I've been very good friends with Tiago for a while. He's a phenomenal player. The fact that him and Febo too, the fact that they both joined last year is crazy. They've been crazy athletes for the team, so they definitely have been a big help for us.
Tiago's player comparison is Shady McCoy.
If we play 100 times, they might beat us 99, they might beat us 98. We only need one. We just need this one. Okay? We just need this one. That's it. 48 minutes. Okay? 48 minutes. No matter what, good, bad, or ugly, lift yourself up and just keep fighting. No matter the situation, keep fighting for your teammates. Keep fighting for each other.